We have a lot to cover today. I'm not going to go super deep into like all the little details of this incentive because the FAQ is in your workstation in your incentive tab, and I've also already shared that here on this page to have y'all initial it so that y'all could read it before this call. That way it would just reduce some of the confusion, the questions, and you would at least understand the basics of it. What I'm here to do is go through the basics of it, or the like the surface of it, give you some tips on how to earn it, and teach you how to sell, like the basics of what selling is. So let's start with, first of all, like what is even going on with this incentive? What is this incentive? Who can earn this incentive? All these things. So first of all, anyone can earn level 2 of the Brick by Brick incentive. This incentive goes from April 1st to May 31st. So we had Brick 1, which was a recruiting incentive, and that was what, February and March? Or January through, I don't know. Anyway, that's beside the point. This one runs from April 1st to May 31st. If you did not earn level 1, you can still earn this one. So you can earn each level individually, or you can earn them all and then you get like a big grand prize at the end. But if you earn this incentive, it comes with the best prizes. It is things that you are going to need for your business in the fall and winter. Very, very, very important tools that you'll need that cost a lot of money, but you can earn them. Okay, so how you earn the incentive: you sell. You do what Scentsy consultants do, and you sell. You sell from our catalog. The products that are not LTOs, limited time offers. We have tons of LTOs now. Some of you don't even know what it was like before we had LTOs release every week or two. Back in my day, we had a scent and warmer of the month, and then we would have like a Mother's Day collection, Father's Day collection, Easter collection, and then like we didn't have all these LTOs, and we didn't have a partnership with anyone, with Disney, with Marvel, with Star Wars, with any of these. I mean, this company, it blows my mind, the growth we've had over the last few years and just how much more opportunity we have now. Like it's crazy, and there's so many ways to gain new customers through those partnerships because you can target different audiences. You know, you have your Disney lovers, you have your Star Wars lovers, you have your whatever lovers, your Marvel lovers, your boy moms, it's just endless opportunity. But what has happened with a lot of people is those LTOs and those partnerships have distracted you from what Scentsy is and the foundation of Scentsy, and that is our catalog products. And you cannot run a successful business on LTOs. Yes, LTOs are great for our business. Like the amount of PRV I get from LTOs is insane. But the amount of PRV I also get from Scentsy Club is insane. I got over 1,200 PRV from Scentsy Club last month. That is catalog products. So, when you are... Why is it raining again? Y'all, I'm so tired of rain. I'm so tired of rain. So anyway, we have to get away from just solely focusing on LTOs and trying to run our business off LTOs. That is not how your business is going to grow and maintain. So, we have to get back to the basics of focusing on what is in our catalog and partying. I don't care what parties look like to you. I don't care if it's a Facebook Live. I don't care if it's a messenger party. I don't care if it is in person. Some people may be going back to doing in-person parties. I don't know. What works for me is Facebook Messenger parties, and I have a whole video on that with a whole outline on my YouTube channel, and bag parties, and I have a whole video on that on my YouTube channel. What I grew my business with was Facebook Live parties, 8 to 10 of them a month. And my business grew rapidly because of that. So you have to find what works for you, and you also have to be willing to evolve and change things in your business. Like those of us who, some of us, not me, because I don't like vendor events, but some of us ran our business solely off vendor events, and then 2020 happened, and they had to change everything about their business. They had to figure out new ways to party, new ways to network. For me, it was, I started going extra hard with social media, harder than I was already going. So it's all about finding what works for you, finding what brings you joy, because if it doesn't bring you joy, your customers and the people you're trying to like bring into your network, nobody's gonna care about it. If they don't see you excited about this and they don't see you passionate about this, they're not gonna be excited about it. They're not gonna wanna have anything to do with you. So, do things that bring you joy in your business. Party in some way. I don't care. Like I said, if it's a text party, personal shopping links. Personal shopping links are huge for me now. I usually have like 20 open at a time. And that's just literally a party order that somebody has a link, a host has a link, they share it out with their friends. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. It's not complicated. I don't do Facebook Live parties anymore. I could, but I grew my business on those for years, and now I work my business differently to where I'm still doing huge PRV. I did 6,000 PRV last month. I'm still doing huge PRV, but I'm partying different, and I am using Club to my advantage. I'm following up. I have marketing campaigns for my customers. I'm networking through social media. So your business is going to change over the years, but if you are anywhere from an essential consultant to a director, you need to be focusing hard on at least 6 to 8 parties a month, whatever those parties look like for you. It is so freaking important for you to grow your network. And your network is going to grow very slowly if you're only trying to do it through like social media, and you're not actually having parties where you have lots of people coming to that party at one time. If you're having even just 4 parties a month, that's probably at least 10 new customers or prospects. They may not all buy. It's probably at least 10 new prospects per party. That's 40 new people that you added to your network that month just from those parties. And the way you make sure that you have at least 6 to 8 parties a month is you overbook your calendar. You overbook. You put 10 to 15 hosts on your calendar, because some are going to cancel, some are going to flop. They're not even going to show up to their own party. Some are going to join, which needs to happen. You need to be having that conversation with everybody. But you have to over prepare so that you can actually meet those minimums that you need. So if you want 6 parties a month, at least book 8, at least. So this incentive, it is all about selling. Let me skip this page. You have to, and again, this is in your incentive tab, but I'm just gonna run through it really fast. You have to sell 500 PRV in warmers and wax. Must be catalog items. No clearance, no LTOs, must be in your catalog. So if you don't see it in your catalog, it doesn't count. Even if it's in a bundle and save, the way the system works, even if it's in a bundle and save, and you have, say it's 6 Scentsy bars, you have 5 bars from the catalog and 1 that's an LTO, it's gonna void that bundle. It's not gonna count. It has to be all catalog items. So I want you to remember that. That's very, very, very important. just watch your tracker in your incentive tab and it'll show you what you've sold. Like if you just go by that, that's the easiest way, because Scentsy gonna tell you, here's what you've sold, here's what counted. And you can track it that way. What you're going to earn with, you also, so in addition to 500 PRV from warmers and wax, you need to sell 100 PRV each from at least 4 of these categories. Scentsy fans and diffusers, which includes oils, pods, air purifiers, and replacement filters. So number 1, you could sell 1 air purifier and you have that one knocked out. Laundry, clean, body, unplugged. So from the unplugged category, that's going to be fragrance flowers, car bar clips, car bars, and scent packs. Room sprays, scent circles, and travel tins are not included. So 100 PRV from at least 4 of those categories. So what I want you to do with that is focus hardest on the 4 categories that you are most passionate about. So what are you sharing consistently every single day in your stories that you love? Not necessarily every single day, but every time you're using it. So for me, that's cleaning products, that's Scentsy Fresh. I don't share body that much. I love our body products, but I don't share them that much. So like for me, I know that I could focus on sharing that more. I literally use them every day, but it's harder, for me it's harder to remember like, oh, I need to share my body wash. Like, you know what I mean? You're taking a shower. So, and then also fans and diffusers. So like wall fans, mini fan. I use my mini fan in my car every single day with pods. I use our wall fans every single day. These are things that you need to be sharing with your customers, not stock images or not images somebody else took. You need to have these in your home using them every single day. So you need to be sharing that in your stories. You need to be sharing before and afters of laundry products, cleaning products, whatever, on your, if you have a VIP group or wherever you share things. For me, I don't have a VIP group anymore. I don't need one. I share everything in my stories because I'm not salesy. I'm sharing things that I genuinely love. I'm authentic. If you watch my stories, if you see what I post, you are going to see really quick that you can trust me, that I share what I use. And you can trust me because I use and love those products. I'm not trying to get you to buy something that I don't even know jack crap about or that I don't even use. So, focus on the 4 things that you love the most. Some of you are obsessed with fragrance flowers. Share those all the time. Show people how you're using them. Show them how you color your fragrance flower. Talk about why you love them. Like, it's that simple. You are showing people why you love a product. So when you're doing your laundry, share what you're using. Share why you use it. Share before and afters of something you washed, like Dixie did the other day. She shared a picture of her son's baseball pants. She used dish soap and counter clean to treat those. I bet you she sold some dish soap and counter clean and probably some laundry products because I know she washed those in Scentsy Laundry too. That's relatable. People see themselves in that. They see that they need that. That's a solution to a problem they have. Everybody's kids get grass stains. Everybody's kids stain up everything. You have to be relatable and you have to show people what these products can do for their life. That's all selling is. We're going to go more into selling, but that's just kind of the surface of it. So the prizes you're going to get for this, and I know I get off on a tangent with every little thing, but that's just the way my squirrel brain works. The prizes you're going to get, you are going to get 10 Scentsy bars. This is going to be all the new release scents for fall and winter. You need these. You need these. 10 of them. That's $60 worth of Scentsy bars you're going to get for free that you can sample out to your customers. You can have at your fall open house for them. You can market them on social media. You can sniff them all instead of just having to sniff the testers. You can actually have the full bars to go live on a video for your customers and sniff those bars. You're also going to get 25 fall and winter catalogs. That's, I think, what, a $12 value? I think they're normally $12 for a 25 pack. 1 pack of new release scented stickers. You're going to get all the new release scents in these scented stickers. You need those. Honestly, in my opinion, you almost need those more than anything else. Those are a hit for me every season. Like, I send them out on the little sticker sheets that our leaders in our company so graciously make for us. I stick all 10 on there each season, and I send those out to every single customer who orders, every single one of them, my Scentsy Club subscribers, or if anyone requests to smell those that has, you know, that's already a customer of mine, they're gonna get those. And I mean, almost everybody, it seems like, that gets one of those sticker sheets, they either go order, you know, 1 or 2 of them, or they want all of them, or they want a 6-pack of them. Like, that is the cheapest and simplest way that you can sample the new release fragrances to your customers. You can literally send it in the mail for just a 1-ounce stamp. So they are great, and you can also stick them throughout your catalogs, which is really fun because that provides like a scratch and sniff experience for them when they're flipping through the catalog. So that's really fun too. You're also going to get a transition fragrance tester set. So that means you're gonna get the fall and winter testers that are new for that catalog, and you can mix those in with your current set and make a full set. So that's expensive too. And those stickers are pretty pricey. Like, when you're buying all 10 of those, I wanna say they're $3 per pack. So that's 30, if that's correct. It's close if it's not. And then the transition set of testers, 25 maybe? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know these prices. I just, at this point in my business, I just go on and I buy them. But I know for most people, it can be a struggle to buy all these new supplies. So this is a huge blessing. You're also going to get felt samples. So felt, like the felt shapes that we use for wax samples, so that you can use those for those 10 Scentsy bars that you're getting. So this tools kit is fan-freaking-tastic, and you need it. And you're going to earn these by doing your job, by selling Scentsy. So if you earned level 1 of the Brick by Brick incentive, first of all, congratulations. If you earn that one and you earn this one, if you earn all 3 of the Brick by Brick incentives, you're going to get to choose between this luggage set, a $200 Scentsy product credit. So again, you can use that for fall and winter. You can use it toward LTOs, even if they're licensed. That way you can get PRV for that and you don't pay for it, and you can market it to your customers. I love to use product credit for that. And then business supply, I mean, you can use it for anything you want to. Or you could choose some super cute Scentsy branded Vans, which are adorable, and they have 6 different designs that you can choose from. So this luggage, by the way, I have it. I earned it last incentive, last year. It's incredible. It's very high quality, very good. It's the hard kind. It has very good, like the good wheels on it. It is super, super cute. Even on the inside, it's got a super cute design. But those are the things you can choose if you earn all the incentives from Brick by Brick. So you have this tool right here in your workstation in the incentive tab. This shows you an overview of how to earn it. It shows you what all you earn with your when you earn it. Please don't say you won an incentive. Lord help. That drives me crazy. You earned it. And then it has like a little tracker you can color in. But like I said, there's a tracker in your incentive tab, and it is going to correctly track everything. If you are not watching that and you're just using this, you may do something wrong. You may think something counts that doesn't. Just watch the incentive tracker. What I'm doing is I'm using this one. Michelle shared this. She posted it in our files section of this team page. I don't know who made this, but I love it. I'm using this one, but I'm just coloring it according to my incentive tracker on my workstation. Because I do like to color a tracker, and I do like to have one on paper that shows me what I've done. But I'm just checking in on my incentive tab, and I'm coloring this along with that. That way I make sure everything is done correctly, but I still have my pretty little tracker colored in person. And it's really big too, so I really like that. But it's in our files section. I'll also add it to our group Google Drive, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have our group Google Drive linked in the description box. So that is a super cute tracker. What else do I have here? Okay, so let me get to my actual notes about selling. Oh my goodness, I have so many papers. There we go. So what do y'all feel like, comment, what do y'all feel like is your biggest weakness when it comes to selling? Your biggest weakness, or your biggest downfall, your biggest fear? What are your struggles when it comes to selling? Don't say nobody wants to buy or nobody wants to host a party. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear what your weaknesses are, because this business and the amount of PRV you get is not based on other people. It's based on you. It's based on the work you put in. It's based on the belief you have or don't have in yourself. It's based on the fears you let cripple you, or you decide to push through those fears. It's based on you. What happens in your mind, the actions you do, has nothing to do with other people. And if you're blaming other people, you gotta stop, because you're never gonna get anywhere. Okay. What exactly do you mean putting yourself out there? Sometimes when you're trying to be helpful, you feel pushy. Okay. What else? I know y'all all got some struggles, because I do too. We all do. None of us are perfect, and none of us came into this business knowing what we were doing. Maybe some of us did, but I didn't. I came in this business not knowing a dang thing. I didn't know anything about direct sales. I didn't know what I was doing. We have to develop our skill sets. Everything I know how to do now, almost 8 years into this business, I had to learn. Going live in your stories, sharing everyday life. You're shy. Okay, so what you mean by you're struggling with putting yourself out there, you mean you're shy and Facebook parties make you nervous and you tend to stay away from them. Okay, well y'all, let me tell you this first of all. Crystal Butler is going to do a training on the Inspired in April group today. And it's going to be straight fire, and it's going to be all about fears and stepping into your fears and how she has succeeded because of that. So first of all, watch that. Second of all, if something is making you nervous or scared, you have to do it. You have to do that thing. Because nothing great is ever going to come from your comfort zone. You have to step into the things that scare you. You have to step into the things that make you uncomfortable. That is why people like me are where we're at today. It's because we have done very scary things, and we are still doing very scary things. Someone said recently, it was on a training I watched recently, I cannot remember who said this. She said, stop being afraid to walk through the doors that you prayed for God to open for you. And if that doesn't speak to you and that doesn't make you want to go conquer your fears, I don't know what will. Like, I have full body chill bumps saying that. I was like, whoo, that is gold. Gold. Like, it needs to hang in everyone's office. Stop being afraid to walk through the doors that you prayed for God to open for you. Like, I could just stop this training right now and I feel like we'd be good to go. But what else did y'all say? Your weakness is parties, but you're getting visibly down, which should help. See, so you know your weakness is parties, but you are learning and you're developing skills and you're finding tools that helps you with those parties. You're not just sitting in self-pity and being like, I suck at parties, so I'm just not going to do them. So I'm going to choose fear and negative thoughts over building a business and leaving a legacy for my family. Some people have that mindset and I cannot understand it. I do not understand it. I need to make more personal connections because I may have almost 3,000 friends on Facebook, but so many I don't talk to. Yes. I need to go through and start interacting with more, maybe pull out a 100 list, go through my friends list so I know who I want to interact with. Yeah, y'all, there are people everywhere, but is your open sign on? If you watch Jill's video yesterday or the day before on the Inspired in April group, she was talking about how often is your open sign on. There are a bazillion people in this world. I don't even know exactly how many. And some of you are still saying, nobody wants to buy from me, or nobody wants to book a party, or nobody wants to join my team, or all of my friends sell Scentsy, or there are 3 people in my neighborhood who sell Scentsy. Newsflash, when I joined Scentsy, 3 people in my neighborhood sold Scentsy. We lived in a small subdivision. 3 people sold Scentsy. Guess who my neighborhood started buying from? Me. Why? Because I worked. Because I served my customers. Because I was the one that got on the neighborhood Facebook page and was introducing myself to the neighborhood as the neighborhood Scentsy consultant and introducing my family to the neighborhood and connecting with people. That's why. Sorry, I'm reading the rest of these. You have a hard time selling because personally you've never had any extra money, so you automatically think everyone is in the same position. However, you have started intentionally asking your customers if they want the bundle instead of just one and show them their savings. It's really helping. That's a really good tip. That's a really good tip, Brandy, and I'm really glad you shared that. She said she has a hard time upselling because she feels like something from her personal experience, her not having any money, she is feeling like everyone else is in that position, but they're not. And what she's doing to work on that is she has started intentionally asking her customers if they want the bundle instead of just one and showing them how much they will save, and that is helping. That's a very good mindset to have around upselling and bundle and save. Because yes, it's helping you sell more, but you are doing it to help them save. And you have to have that mindset around that. How are you serving them? How are you helping them? And your customers would not be very happy if they bought 5 bars and you never told them that they could buy another one, or let's say they bought 4 bars. And then they found out that you never told them they could buy 1 more and get a free one. 2 more for the price of 1. That's what I always say. So for the incentive, is it 500 PRV in warmers and wax, or the 100 PRV from the following groups, or both? It's in your incentive tab. The whole thing, all the information is in your incentive tab. The FAQs, everything, it's all in there. It's 500 PRV in wax and warmers. And then from the other categories, it's 100 PRV from each of those other categories. You're good. All right, thank y'all. I didn't realize y'all had already answered her. Okay, so I'm glad that y'all said all these things that you feel like are struggling with in sales, because pretty much everything in my notes is going to go over those things. So we're going to talk about selling and what your job is as a salesperson, because you are a salesperson. And there are so many people in Scentsy that will say you're not. But you are. You are selling. That is what we do. That is our job. But the difference is we are not spammy, nasty, gross salespeople. Because if we are, nobody would buy from us. Right? So it's all about first building relationships with people and selling yourself. Scentsy is a huge company. Scentsy has amazing products. People can buy Scentsy from anybody. You have to give them a reason to want to come to only you and to stay loyal to only you. And that is done by selling yourself, your personality, the light you bring to this world, the value you bring to the table, all those things. Building trust with people. That is what makes people want to buy Scentsy from you and continue to be loyal to you, even if their cousin starts selling Scentsy. They don't start buying from their cousin, they stick with you because they have a reason to do that. We have a car salesman here that is out of this world, insanely good at what he does. We have sent two family members to him since we bought my husband's truck from him. Because he is that good. He literally knows our family. He knows my son's name. He acts like you feel like he cares about us as people before we buy anything. That's because he got to know us. That's because he talked to us about things other than buying this truck. That's because he looked out for our best interest and helped us and didn't force us to buy something. It wasn't just about a sale. It wasn't just about a dollar sign. And you know what? Because of that, 2 of our other family members have bought vehicles from him because he is that good. And we referred them to him because of that. So we could have just, sent them to that dealership in general. But because of him and the relationship he built with us and the way he cares about people and the way he has a servant heart to serve people, we sent them to him. And so he sold another $100,000 worth of vehicles because of us. So you have to make yourself stand out. You have to treat people right. You have to love people. You have to be grateful for people. You are not entitled to any customer. You don't own your customers. You have to earn your customers. You have to earn their trust. You have to earn their loyalty. So if a customer stops buying from you, there's probably a reason. It may not always be you, but it probably is. So I just want you to think about these things. So this is why you need sales skills. You have to develop the skill sets that it takes to be a salesperson. You have to develop the skills to learn how to market yourself and show people who you are. If they don't know who you are, they're not going to care about what you sell. So think about how you can sell people on you. If you can't sell people on you, then you can't sell a product and you can't sell the business opportunity. And as a leader, you won't be able to sell your team on themselves. You sell every day. You sell food when you're trying to get your kid to eat a certain food. You're trying to sell them on why they should eat this food. Like you sell yourself when you're going in for an interview. You have to tell a job, when you're interviewing for a job, you have to tell them why you would bring value to the table for their company or whatever. So it's kind of the same thing, but you have to be able to sell yourself before you can sell a product, before you can sell the business opportunity, before you can be able to lead a team and be able to sell themselves on themselves. So it starts with you. It starts with your belief. It starts with your belief in yourself. It starts with really honing in on what your mission is. What do you want to put out to the world? What value do you want to give to people? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want to help them believe in themselves? What do you want to do for this world? You have to be someone that people want to follow. So if I go to your Facebook page right now, would I want to follow you? Or would I just unfollow? Because all your pages is negative things, complaining. If I go to your page and it is not a light, a positive environment, or a funny environment, an entertaining space, a valuable space, if it's none of those, I'm not going to follow you. So think about that when you're sitting around saying nobody wants to buy from me. Who are you portraying yourself as? If you go to my page right now, you're going to feel inspired. You're going to feel happy. You're probably going to get a laugh here or there. You're going to see my family. You're going to see what we do. You're going to see what we value. You're going to see how much I love my job. You're going to see how much I love my team. These are the things you have to show people. This is how you sell. You're going to see how much I love Scentsy products, what I'm using. You may have to go to my stories for this stuff because you don't want to overshare product and things like that on your timeline. Use your stories for those things. But I want to say, in your stories, you have to do video and you have to show your face. Nobody is going to buy from, I don't have any Scentsy sitting around. Nobody is going to buy, hold on. Nobody's going to buy from a bottle of Counter Clean, okay? They're going to buy from this person using this Counter Clean because they can see my face, they can hear my voice, they see my excitement about how freaking good this Counter Clean is. Like, oh my gosh, your face is your business. Like, you are the face of your business. So I'm glad y'all are liking this. That makes me happy. I know, she said I'm dead. But seriously, nobody's gonna buy from a warmer. Nobody's gonna buy from a bottle of Counter Clean. Nobody's gonna buy from a shirt and some washer whips, okay? They're gonna buy from me because I'm standing here telling you, this is why I love this product. Look how freaking good this is. You can see the reaction on my face. I don't know how many of you have watched me unbox a wax collection, but half the time when I unbox a wax collection, my reactions are so ridiculous and so over the top that you know it's not fake. It can't be fake. You can't make this stuff up. And it's funny because my child is the same way. When he smells scents, he's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And I'm like, you're my child. But seriously, you have to be excited about your product and you have to be excited about what your purpose is and what your mission is. And if you don't have a clear vision of your why, first of all, your why you're doing this, who you're doing this for, and exactly what you're doing this for, if you don't have a clear vision on that, and you don't have a clear vision for how you want to serve other people, it starts with that. You have got to figure that out first. Because when days are hard, when you are being slapped in the face with life like we have been recently, you're not going to want to get up and do crap. But if you have a strong motivation inside you, that internal motivation, that's going to keep you going. And you're going to be like, I at least got to do one thing today. I can't just lay around and be worthless. I can lay here and watch Netflix all day, but I'm going to work while I'm doing it. So, I got off my notes completely, but this is the kind of training I like. This just keeps me on track to make sure I don't forget anything. You have to have a service mindset. So, like I've already said, how can you serve other people? What problems can you solve for other people? What value can you add to people's lives? Whether that is through an experience you had, a training you watched, something you learned, and you just share that. Whether that is through a story you tell your story often. At least once a week, you need to be telling your story on social media. So, Again, what are you putting out into the world? Because whatever you're putting out into the world is what you're going to get in return. If you're putting negativity out in the world, if you're looking for negativity in every situation, guess what? You're going to get negativity. You're not going to get growth. You're not going to get positive responses. It's not a pretty thing. If you're putting positivity out into this world, you're going to get positivity back. If you're putting value out into this world, you're going to get value back. See, like this right here, Cassandra, she is doing this to bring her husband home so he doesn't have to work full time. He deserves to be home just as much as I do. That makes me want to cry because I did that for my husband last year. And I'm telling you, it is the best freaking feeling. And my husband, he came home not so that he could be a stay-at-home dad forever. That is not him. He likes to work. He needs to be busy. But he didn't know what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. And he couldn't even think about what he wanted to do with the rest of his life because his mental health was so destroyed from the job he was working. He was giving and giving and giving and giving himself, and everyone was just taking advantage of him. He could not even take care of his own mental or physical health. So I got him out of that job. He came home. He started spending time with his child while he could finally think clear enough to figure out what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. Soon after that, we'd had a discussion about it. 2 days after we had the discussion about what his dream would be, a job popped up. The exact job that he said he dreamed of, but it was literally impossible. It was not, he had told me, this is exactly what I want to do, but I could probably never find a job doing this. 2 days later, he was not looking. It popped up on Facebook, an offer for that exact job. If that ain't God, I don't know what is. It's 5 minutes down the road. We almost moved to a town, my husband's hometown. We almost moved there in January. That's an hour and a half away. 2 weeks before we were supposed to move there, something told us we needed to stay in this location. And then that happened. So, I don't even know why I got off on that tangent, but I guess I just needed to tell that story for somebody. If you're not dreaming big dreams like that, you have got to start. You have to have the belief that if people like us in this company are doing these things, you are just as worthy of that kind of success or those dreams that you're dreaming. You are just as deserving. You are no different than any of us. The only difference with all of us who are experiencing these incredible life changes is we were willing to push through our fears. We do hard things. We do scary things. We do very scary things. Do you know how scary it was for me to quit my job as a dental hygienist when I was not matching that income yet with Scentsy? And we were flat broke? Do you know how hard it was for me to tell the story of us filing bankruptcy to the world? But I did that because I knew it would make a difference in someone's life. I knew it would inspire someone. Do you know how hard it... Lord mercy, I need some water. By the way, this cup, Shauna made this for me. And it is just freaking cute. I love it. Everything I do in this business is done to serve people. And when you are so laser focused on how you can help other people and how you can serve other people, no fear matters. You're gonna just step into it and you're gonna do it. Because helping those people, adding value to this world, putting food on the table for your family, getting your husband out of the job he's miserable at, being able to reduce your work hours so that you can actually spend time with your child Those things are so much more important than a little fear that I have that I could just step into and push myself to do it, count to 3, do the thing, and then guess what? I've conquered that fear. If I've done it once, I can continue doing it. So I want to encourage you today to do something scary. Those of you who said you're scared to go live, I want you to go live today. I want you to count to 3 and I want you to hit that live button. I don't care what you go live about. I don't care if you go live to sniff the Chase Rainbows collection. I don't care if you go live to share your story. I don't care if you go live to clean your counter. Just make sure you show your face. I don't care. Just go live. Hit the freaking live button and then tag me in it because I want to see that you did it. If you're scared to do a video in your stories of your face, today I want you to go to your stories. I want you to record your face. If you go back and watch my stories from yesterday, I literally rolled out of bed and was videoing me talking. I don't care what I look like. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I just so happen to put makeup on today and I have a light ring and natural lighting in front of me. So I would have went live for y'all looking like this or looking like this. I don't care, and y'all don't care. Your customers don't care. What your customers care about is that they can trust you, that they know you care about them, and they want to see your imperfections. They want to see your crappy lighting. They want to see your not perfect yet photos that you take of your warmer. They want to see the authenticity that is you, and they want to see that they can do this too. They want to see you as a hot mess mom with your kids running around in the background, climbing on your shoulders, and you being able to work and make money while that's happening. These are the things they want to see. So, what else did I have? So one thing, going back to what one of you said about, I think it was Brandy, said, now I forgot what you said, but anyway, what I had written down, or typed out, whatever, is when you are in the right mindset, when you are in a service mindset, and you believe in your product, and you are solely looking for how can I bless someone with this product, or how can I help them solve a problem in their life. And this goes for the same way when you're looking for how can I bless someone with this business, but we're talking about selling product specifically today. But this is selling in general. When you're in a service mindset, you're not going to feel like you're taking from them. You're going to feel like you're giving to them. That is what you're doing. You're giving to them. You're not taking their money. You're not taking, if you're telling someone about joining and you are solely focused on this is going to be a blessing for them. Instead of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to tell them that this starter kit costs $99. Or I don't want to tell them that this air purifier costs $250. If you have belief in that air purifier and you have belief that it works and you know how it could help with their allergies or it could help with keeping their baby's nursery clean, believe in the product, and then you can confidently tell someone how much that product costs. It's $250 and this is why. A, B, C, and D, it's beyond worth it. If you don't want to pay $250, I can get it for you with a party for half off. Here's how. Just bam, bam, bam. But if you're terrified and you feel like you're taking from them or forcing them to buy from you, it's going to be a lot harder for you to say it's $250. You're going to be like, well, it's $250. It's going to be totally different. And then you're going to be like, and And shipping, or if somebody asks you how much shipping is, you're gonna be like, oh, shipping's $8. Sorry that you have to pay $8 for shipping. Like, my customers don't have a dang problem with paying for shipping because I confidently tell them shipping is $6 to $8, or if you spend $80, it's 10% of your purchase. Our products are bomb. I know they're worth it. I know they're worth the shipping cost. It's that simple because I believe in it. Bonnie, I get it. You know I get it. You know I get it. But I want to tell you, you don't have to be in your own space to make this work. You can make this work from, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in your own house. You don't have to, you don't have to be in your own house. I have worked from a semi-truck. I have worked from other people's houses. Stop waiting on the perfect conditions. Your conditions are never going to be perfect. Go outside if it makes you feel better too. Like, go outside in the sunshine and all right. I think this is everything. The last thing I had on here was when you're selling out of a service mindset, you're confident and you feel a sense of gratitude and fulfillment. So if you are operating out of a scarcity mindset versus a service mindset, you're going to feel salesy. You're going to feel pushy because you're operating out of scarcity. You're operating out of, I have a goal to reach. I have to reach 500 PRV and wax and warmers to earn this incentive. I have to do this. I have to sell this much to be paid at title. That is a scarcity mindset. I have to do this. I need to do this. Versus, who can I help today? Who can I serve today? What value can I add to someone's life today? How can I help a mom have a better cleaning experience with all these spills she constantly has to clean up today? How can I help someone have a dog that smells better? How can I make life easier for someone? How can I help someone create a fragrance memory today? How can I help someone be more safe today because they switched from candles to warmers? Like, it's all about other people. It's not about you. Never will be about you. And here's the thing. Brandy said she's in a hotel, but she did a video story last week in the laundromat with her laundry products. See, we cannot wait for the perfect circumstance. Yes, you can make it work from your van, your mama's, your mama-in-law's. Yes. Yes. I do a lot of work in my car too. I do too. And I know when Carson starts kindergarten, oh Jesus, let's not even talk about that. When he starts kindergarten this year, I'm going to be doing a lot more work from the car because I'm gonna have to go sit in the car rider line for like 2 hours, which is ridiculous. Like, why? But we are blessed to be able to work from anywhere. We can go sit at Starbucks and work. We can go to get food and work. We can go sit in the car rider line and work. We can go to our kids' game and work. We can go to our kids' practice and work. Like, we can work anywhere. And we can work right from our phone. Like, that is insane. I could work. I'm gonna tell y'all, my paycheck for March was almost $16,000. And I could have done every bit of that work from my phone. Like, what? I choose to have a computer. And you know what? I did every bit of that work from my bedroom floor or my bed or in the car. I don't have an office right now. So just don't use that as an excuse, please. It's not something worthy of holding you back. It's not. So think about your mission, think about your purpose, think about who you want to serve, and also think specifically about who you want to serve. Do you want to really focus on serving moms and dog moms? Do you want to focus on, maybe you're a guy in Scentsy and you want to focus on men? Like, find a niche and serve those people well. Give them content that they want to see that's not just Scentsy, but it's also lifestyle. Tell them stories. Find your target audience. Find your people. Because it's quality over quantity. You may have 500 followers on Instagram, but you serve those people really well and they connect with you very well. So they all become customers. Where somebody else may have 2,000 followers on Instagram, but they don't serve their audience well, and they don't have a niche to where they're really honed in on having most of their followers being moms like them or boy moms like them. The people who can relate to them. You have to figure out who can relate to you best, and that's your niche. That's who you want to serve. And you can go way deeper into niche and social media training, stuff like that. Like, that's a YouTube thing. But that's very, very important. So yeah, I hope y'all got some nuggets from this and some inspiration. I didn't intend for it to be an inspirational type training, but here we are. So it turned into that. But I'm so glad, Whitney. I love you. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I just want y'all to know that. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Me and my husband both, we would have nothing we have if it weren't for y'all and my customers. But y'all are everything to us. We love y'all. All right. I didn't cry. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Go sell some Scentsy. Bye.